Hello and good afternoon. My name is Brenden Selton, and together with Tejas, Thomas, and Huyun, we are Competitive Tennis Solutions. And today we will be telling you a little bit more about our solution, the tennis ball warmer. So, the problem we found from our customer interviews is that tennis balls suffer from exceptionally poor performance in cold conditions. This is a result of them having a reduced elasticity and therefore less bounce in cold conditions. And what we found was 71% of avid tennis players found this to be a problem and were actively looking for a solution. When we continued and conducted our own experimentation, what we found is that tennis balls suffer a 10% reduction in ball bounce height after just 10 minutes in 40-degree ambient temperature weather. As you can expect, this would be very tough for a player to work with. So that leads us to why exactly hasn't this been solved if it's such an issue? Well, the problem is there's no current solution that is first, compact and easy to use, second, affordable, and probably most importantly, there's none that is specifically targeted for tennis balls. So what exactly is the market? What we found was that over $800 million is spent by Americans per year on tennis equipment alone. And this is predominantly from the 3.6 million avid tennis players who play in the U.S. And we defined in our context avid tennis players as players who replace tennis balls at least once every 3 playing sessions.
Our solution is the tennis ball warmer, a device that maintains up to 3 tennis balls at the Wimbledon standard of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Some mechanical features of our device include a hinged lid for easy loading and unloading, a temperature display for the user, an on and off switch, and a rechargeable battery with an LED indicator. Other operating features include automatic temperature control, battery overcharge protection, and a 4-hour operating time.
So this graph shows the tennis ball warmer's heating performance over time. So here you could see at the very first start of a playing session, there's about a 2 to 3 minute buffer period where the tennis balls don't heat up quite as fast as they do for the remainder of the playing session. Otherwise, the tennis ball warmer is able to heat up the tennis balls roughly 15 degrees every 5 minutes in use. Additionally, note that the insulation used is very effective, with the external surface temperature only changing about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the 15-minute time period. The start of the engineering analysis began by determining the power requirement for the system to heat the tennis balls to reach the goal of 5 minutes. After selecting the heating pads, a circuit was designed as shown in the top right, with 2 heating pads in series and 3 in parallel, ensuring that each heating pad had the required supplied voltage of 5 to 6 volts. Next, a temperature sensor was added to the circuit, which allowed the Arduino to receive constant temperature inputs to automatically adjust the temperature. The Arduino would be powered by the same battery pack, but it only draws a very small amount of amps, so it doesn't affect the heating pad performance. And finally, a thermal model was created to determine the insulation required and how much heat loss the system would have. This was modeled using a thermal resistance network across a cylinder, assuming a constant internal temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which we found the heating pads maintained after just 1 to 2 minutes of operation. These results are shown in the figure on the bottom, showing that higher insulation quality, representing a higher R value, meant that we needed less insulation to achieve the same heat loss. This is how we selected the 1 centimeter of aerogel insulation, which as you can see has an R value of 10, meaning that we would need 1 centimeter of insulation for 20% heat loss. And now let's take a closer look at our product. So this is the tennis ball warmer in person. It's extremely easy to use. All you have to do is open the lid on the top and place the 3 tennis balls through the center of the can. Afterwards, just turn the switch on and the OLED display will turn on and display the current ball temperature. The user doesn't have to worry about looking at the temperature, and the device will automatically regulate the balls at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so the display is just to let them know when the balls are ready. Once you're ready to use the balls, just open it and take the 3 balls as so.
And then once you're done for the day and ready to go home, all you have to do, turn the device off. And then once you get home, get a standard 5mm DC power jack, plug it into the back, and as you can see, an LED will illuminate, indicating that it is charging. Now this will stay on until the batteries are fully charged, at which point this light will turn off. And luckily, this device has overcharge protection, so if you forget to unplug it immediately, it'll make sure that no damage comes to the device and you can unplug it at your leisure. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation today. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about our product.